Hi, this video might be a little different than what you normally see on my channel, but I think it's really important and I think that it's a big part of health and wellness. So today I want to talk about what it's like to be alcohol free. Specifically today I am celebrating 1 year alcohol free. Today is August 4th, 2021, and it's crazy to think it's been a whole year since I made that decision and stuck to that decision and made it through an entire year without alcohol, which is the longest I've gone without alcohol in the last 20 years. I've quit drinking multiple times in my life over the last 20 years. Sometimes a couple months. I think the longest I've ever gone was like 6 to 10 months. So this time is different for a few different reasons. The main reason that this time is different is that I'm done with alcohol for good. I don't need it in my life, and most importantly, I don't want it in my life. My life in the last year, everything has gotten better. Basically, every part of my life has improved. And I went through an entire year of, different gatherings and holidays and things like that. And I made it through without drinking. Like, I proved to myself that I don't need alcohol in those situations that, there's a lot of situations in society that we're made to feel like we need alcohol to celebrate. But I have found that all of those celebrations are so much better without alcohol, without a nasty hangover the next day, without forgetting half of what you're celebrating. And so the second reason that this time quitting alcohol is different is because of the knowledge that I have about what alcohol is and what it does to our bodies. Like, I think it was in 2019 that I read This Naked Mind, and that's when I really opened my eyes up to some of the things like alcohol being a known carcinogen since 1988. I look at alcohol now as what it is, which is a toxic poison. Like, why do we want to consume this drug? We've made it socially acceptable. Like, that's the only reason. We've been conditioned to believe that alcohol is what makes a party, but I let so much of that social programming control me over the last 20 years, making me think I needed to drink alcohol to fit in, to have confidence, to show up to certain social situations, specifically to dance. I couldn't dance without drinking. So I've made it through an entire year of different kind of social situations and celebrations, and I've been happy to be the sober one. I've been happy to be the designated driver several times. And the third reason that this time quitting alcohol is different and it's permanent is because I'm doing it for myself. I'm not doing it because somebody told me that my drinking is out of control, told me I can't handle alcohol, told me I need to quit. I don't like being told what to do. And I think a lot of those times when I was told by people that I needed to quit alcohol, I couldn't handle alcohol, I was out of control, whatever it was they were saying, I think I rebelled against that. No, I will prove to you that I can handle alcohol. I will show you that I can handle drinking. Guess what? There's a reason I couldn't handle drinking alcohol a lot of the time, because how do you moderately consume a toxic, poisonous, addictive substance? Now that I am able to take a step back and see alcohol for what it is, to see the way it's marketed and promoted and the way it's just socially accepted, it's quite mind-boggling. So I wanted to make this video just to document today for myself and to share this experience with anybody out there that might be questioning if you need alcohol in your life, because I am here to tell you that you don't need it. I let alcohol control a lot of different aspects of my life for nearly 20 years, and I know that I have never been more proud of myself. Opening up my yoga studio, graduating college, nothing compares to the pride I have in myself today and the freedom I feel. That I was controlled by alcohol for so long, and now I'm free. To never poison my body again, to never have a hangover again. All of the anxiety and stress that goes with drinking, like, the biggest thing for me was realizing that I wasn't the problem. Like, all the years that people talked down on me about, like, I couldn't handle alcohol, it made me feel like crap about myself for a long time. And for me to realize that there was nothing wrong with me, that my 5'2" body couldn't handle drinking a toxic, poisonous substance, like, I know that I used alcohol, number one, to be social, to find confidence, because I'm an introvert, and I never even really realized that because I spent so many years covering up, like, my shyness and, like, antisocialness with using alcohol to make me social and extroverted. In the last year, I've really come back to a lot of the things that made me happy when I was a kid, specifically like reading books and writing and things like that, that when you're getting drunk all the time, like, you don't have time to just sit down and be creative and sit down and read a book for a couple hours. Like, why not go out day drinking? I mean, I really struggle with regret and shame and things like that around my drinking, and I'm really working on forgiving myself and seeing myself for who I am in the present moment. And now that I have a full year without alcohol behind me, it's a lot easier to separate who I am versus who I was when I was consuming that toxic, socially acceptable drug. Quite literally, like, there is an expectation that you will drink as a human. I mean, it's like expected when you turn 21, you're gonna go out partying. It's expected when you go to college, you're gonna drink. I mean, I feel like there's just so much expectation that we drink as humans, and it's bizarre. It's literally poison, but we're expected to drink it in social situations. Like I said, that's part of what has really helped me the most, is seeing alcohol for what it is, looking at the way it's marketed, looking at the way it's used as like this good time, feel good substance, when it doesn't make you feel good. Like, your body literally rejects alcohol because it's poison. That's why your gag reflex goes off when you take a shot. That's why you throw up when you drink too much. That's why you have a hangover. It's really easy to see from a step back the cycle of alcohol and how it keeps people trapped. I've talked in other videos how I usually start feeling depressed, and then I would feed the depression with alcohol, which would make it worse, which would end up causing me to gain weight because of having hangovers and laying around eating Taco Bell to, like, make myself feel better because I felt like crap from drinking, and it was this horrible cycle. And I would kick that cycle every couple years. Like I've said, I've quit alcohol for months at a time in the past, but it never stuck. And the last time I got really depressed was in 2019 when I closed my yoga studio. And sure enough, within, a couple months of closing, I was into the cycle of drinking again because I was so depressed. And I was on a downward spiral from 2019 all the way into 2020 of depression and drinking and just basically, like, not caring about myself, just really disliking who I was. And when I decided to quit drinking on August 4th last year, it wasn't any sort of rock bottom moment. I had drank for the weekend, few days before that. Didn't black out, didn't get sick or anything, but I remember laying on my couch on August 3rd with my trusty pile of Taco Bell and my trusty Mountain Dew, and just saying, I don't want to be this person anymore. I'm done with this cycle. I'm sick of living this way. I guess I just finally started to see that I wasn't getting any benefit from drinking alcohol. It was only negatives. It was only hurting me. It was only making me sad and depressed. And then I heard something somewhere, and I want to say it was Marie Forleo, along the lines of, how would your future self act? Like, if you're envisioning this future version of yourself that you like more than who you are today, like, how does that person act? What time do they go to bed and wake up? Like, what is their morning routine? What are their habits? You know, what do they do and not do? And how can you start doing or not doing those things to become that person? And I think that was a big part of my inspiration to change. I said it at some point last year that I wanted to have a health and wellness business, but I felt so unhealthy and unwell, and like it was hard for me to see that vision of my future self like as healthy. But so that's what I tried to start doing, you know, starting with giving up alcohol, starting with going for walks in the morning last summer, and I started reading again. I feel like there is so much I could say about this topic. I feel like there's so much I wanted to say in this video that's just like escaping my brain right now, but I just knew this was important to sit down and document this day, to celebrate myself and how proud I am of myself for making it this year without alcohol, when for the last 20 years I didn't know if a life without alcohol was possible. So I'm celebrating today. I went and bought myself a dozen roses, and they were only $4 at Aldi. And I treated myself to a sushi lunch from Blossom's Asian Bistro. So I guess I'll wrap this video up here. Thank you so much for stopping by and celebrating this day with me. And if you're thinking that removing alcohol from your life would improve it, I am going to say without a doubt that I think it will. I can honestly say I don't think I've ever been healthier, and quite honestly, today is one of the happiest days of my life. I'm just so happy with myself. So happy I made that decision a year ago. So thank you for stopping by my channel today to watch this video. Hope to see you back again soon. Be well.